Good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome. Welcome each and every one of you. And welcome you as a whole, too. Welcome to the group of viewers right now, bound together by the power of haiku. I welcome you. Let's get started. Today is Haiku Friday, March 6th, 2024. AD, CE, however you want to look at it. That's the year 2024. First one's from Max Q. Ephemeral like soap bubbles in the jet stream, oblivion bound. I'm going to read that again. I'm going to read a little different take on that. Ephemeral like soap bubbles in the jet stream, oblivion bound. Oh, I tell you, I think that's just lovely. I find that a very lovely poem, a little bit melancholy, but also kind of joyous. I mean, thinking about soap bubbles in the jet stream, that makes me happy. I know it's probably not good, but it's makes me happy. All right. And maybe it's maybe really a bad thing. Maybe that's a sign of impending doom as our cleanliness will finally kill us all. Perhaps. I don't know. Um, Here we have one from Bill, and I'm going to include, and I can't do this on YouTube, but I can do it on Facebook. I will put a picture of what inspired Bill down in the comment section, and this is quite a formation, rock formation, a mountain that Bill took a picture of that had inspired him. And I don't think I've ever seen it. It kind of reminds me of Devil's Tower, I think, but it's not. Here we go. 80 million years surveying the countryside, lonely sentinel. That's pretty, huh? That is pretty. And when you see the picture, you're going to see how well Bill captured the feeling for this. So thank you, Bill. Now we've got one from Rico-san. A sick prophecy. Waiting for 2,000 years, humans, Satan's pawns. Yes. And and it's the whole Satan thing. Like some people, when you look at the church of Satan, I think it is, all the stuff that they profess to believe is actually kind of stuff that Christianity would have embraced years ago. But now there's been the big switcheroo. I guess maybe like when Democrats became Republicans and Republicans became Democrats, maybe it's like that. But I don't know. I don't know. I think Rico-san's on to something here. I think. All right. Thank you, Rico-san. I love it. Here is mine. Drudgery pension, the tenacious creator. Virtue, maybe not. And that's, I think about how I stick to things. You know, I can't, I'm the most loyal person you'd ever meet. And not just loyal to people, but loyal to my craft and loyal to whatever if you hire me to do a job, uh, you will never get a better worker in your life, even if it's dumb for me to be that better worker. But all to say, spending some time thinking about that, all the time that I devote. And Haiku Friday is a prime example. I've been doing this for I don't know how many years. And why? Because I just keep doing it. That's why. And I do enjoy haikus, and I do enjoy touching base with you and doing this video. So don't get me wrong. It's not like this is a chore. It's a duty. And, I like being a person who is mindful of duty and responsibility. It's kind of me. All right. So, speaking of which, I'm going to show and tell you right now three pieces that I've been working on. Well, actually, one I'm still kind of working on. I've been working on five things altogether this week. And here are a couple that I have done. This one you can see, I've got a little black light going here for my lighting. Ooh, and you can see what happens with the black light. Really makes this pop. I think it's called More Foray on a Sinking Soiree. So you can see there's a little martini glass with an olive, and there's a moray eel. Little story. You make your own story. And he's just down there in the depths. What are you going to do with that olive? Maybe he's going to eat it. Can't eat the drink because the drink's been spilled. It's in his gills. Anyway, so that is More Foray on a Sinking Soiree. That's on black velvet, by the way. One of my favorite mediums. And now I've got two of my other favorite mediums where I've been taking these signs and that have like these oh so wisdom filled sayings or humorous sayings and then making them make no sense at all. And this one says, be patient, always red, the act we'd like ham to be. You know, yes. And I can't remember what this said originally. I usually write them in the back here, but I didn't do it with this one. Getting a little sloppy, I guess. But if you want to cause confusion in your life, get yourself one of these signs. I'm probably going to have a show of these signs. I'm thinking this summer, maybe. I whip them out pretty fast. And speaking of which, here's one that I think I might be done with, but I'm not really sure. A couple things I might touch up, but I thought, well, what the heck? We'll just get this one out of the way. This one was a sign that where people, in America, those of you who are not Americans watching this, there's a big worry that Halloween is Satan's birthday and you're all going to get demon possessed. And you know what it's all about? It's all about the harvest and pumpkin spice and all that stuff. Because, as Americans, we don't think about our consequences, like living a life that is worth living, perhaps. And that death is a thing that comes, and perhaps we should think about that. And that's what Halloween is great. It's All Hallows Eve. I'm not telling you something you don't already know, but it's if you want to get talk about God and whatnot, and you talk about saints and people who lived before us and all those things, well, that to me seems somewhat biblical, but it doesn't fit American Christianity, which is, I think, anymore, it's pretty much anti-Christian Christianity, which is a weird thing, but it has nothing to do with the teachings of Jesus. Now, in case you didn't know, I've transitioned from Haiku Friday into my What's Up segment, the Platinum Edition. But anyway, so this had like family and friends, Thanksgiving, fall, hay, falling leaves, harvest, cider, cinnamon, pumpkins. And I thought, you know what? Why not ruin everybody's day by putting a giant skull in the middle of the thing? And it's kind of weird because the light kind of makes it look weird, but so I guess maybe this might go. Look, that's kind of the nose has some fluorescent colors in there as well. That looks cool. But some of these, I sometimes I fantasize about just giving these all back to the thrift stores from which I bought them, and then seeing if people bring them into their homes. All right, so that's it for my for painting. Writing, I've been writing a lot. Those of you may know, I have this proposal where people go to a website called spospo74.com that I made, and they can leave their Expo 74 stories on this website, and then I will read them on the air. Well, the thing that's happened is nobody has left me any Expo 74 stories, and I was pretty clear, I think, that they didn't even have to be true stories. So I thought, what the heck? I'm going to start writing my own Expo 74 stories. And so I've been doing that, telling stories that aren't true at all, but then I'm going to voice them and I'm going to put them up on the website and they'll sound like people left phone calls that they tell these stories. And then there may be a possible performance of these stories in April, perhaps, because I've been thinking about that kind of stuff. Been thinking about getting out of town more, maybe taking a class, maybe taking a sabbatical. If you can be retired, I don't know if you can take a sabbatical, but maybe learn some sculpting, puppetry, things like that. Things that interest me, but I'm not that great at yet. Um, and maybe even set up a little art show in Wales or something. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So I'm thinking about doing that this summer. Just knowing I kind of need to get on my rut a little bit, as maybe evidenced by my Haiku Friday thing. And I sculpture's been on my mind a lot lately. Bobby Fingers YouTube video. Thank you. It's my son Aiden. This has been great. As a parent, I introduced my kids to weird and wonderful art, stories, movies, music, things like that. And they in turn have returned the favor to me. And so Bobby Fingers is a great sculptor, but he creates these really odd installations, I guess you'd call them, with odd stories, funny stories, and the videos are supreme. I'll go to YouTube, look at Bobby Fingers, better than this stuff you're watching right now. Anyway, so that's what inspires me. Yeah. So anyway, I have been not doing much acting lately, which I've been kind of thinking about. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's okay. Maybe I need to be working on my own stuff because, time is fleeting. Time is fleeting. I enjoy doing things with other people. I enjoy that a lot, but um, I have stories to tell, right? And so hopefully the SPO 74 thing will be a good vehicle for that. Speaking of stories in theater, this weekend, Hamlet is opening at the Spokane Central Library. You should check that out, as well as Charlotte's Web. And I think Comedy of Errors is at the Civic Theater. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to see that one because it closes this week, but that's a good one too. Been running a lot more. I have been, I would say, I have like maybe a drink a week, one drink, maybe two drinks a week. And that's been fine. It's been nice not to drink every night and all that. And so, anyway, sleeping good. Life is good. Hope you're all good. And thanks for staying tuned while I tell you all the crazy stuff that's going on. I am working on two larger art pieces right now. I'm looking at them. They're oil, so I'm kind of like tag teaming as I need parts of them to kind of dry before I work on other parts. Building those up with oil as kind of how I do it. I don't know if it's a good way of doing it, but it's how I do it. Uh, so there you go. We'll see you later. Hope you have a great weekend. And remember, you can always send me your haikus to haikufriday.com. Send them in. I'll read them. 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. I will see you later. Bye for now.